What is going on, you guys? It is SiMbA back here for another YouTube video here in Madden. Today's video is going to be a little interesting. It's going to be the best possible offense we can put together on the same team, as well as the worst possible defense we can put together on the same team, to see how we can do through an entire NFL season. And then next week we're going to do the exact opposite and take the best possible defense and the worst possible offense and see who Madden really chooses is superior, whether it's offense or defense. So today we're doing offense on top and defense on bottom. So to start off, we are going to show off the team we have assembled for this here video. QB, we've got the baby goat and the goat. We got Patty Mahomes at a 99 overall and Tom Brady at the 96. Halfback, we got Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb. Fullback, we got good old Kyle Juszczyk. Wide receiver, we got D-Hop, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and Stephon Diggs. Tight end, we got, of course, Kelsey and Kittle. Left tackle, we got Trent Williams. For left guard, we have Quentin Nelson and Richie Incognito. Center, we got Jason Kelsey and Rodney Hudson. For right guard, we have Zach Martin. And for right tackle, we have Ryan Ramczyk. And then for defense, this is where it's going to get interesting. We have Matt Dickerson and Lyndon Johnson. We have Boogie Roberts and Bijan Jackson. We have, for defensive tackle, we have Khalil McKenzie, Curtis Cawthron, and D. Liner, which is super ironic that he's on the D-line and his name is D. Liner. Left outside linebacker, we have Eric Banks and Nick DeLuca. Middle linebacker, we have Emmanuel Smith and Ezekiel Turner. Right outside linebacker, we have Vontarius Dora and Chris Landrum. For cornerback, we have Rashard Casey, Demontre Wade, McKinton DeLorient, and Tavizi Calhoun. Free safety, we have Kenny Ladler and AJ Howard. And then finally, for strong safety, we have Tiggy Sanko and Quinn Blanding. And how we're going to do this is we're going to sim to the midseason, and then we're going to play that midseason game. One drive on offense, one drive on defense. And we are going to see how we do throughout this entire season. All right, so let's go ahead and sim to the mid-season mark. My goal for this video is to at least get 5 wins for the team. I feel like it's possible. Unlikely, but it's at least possible. But we'll see how we go after this mid-season mark. Alright, let's see how we're doing halfway through the season. As we can see, we beat San Francisco last week, just looking at the top of the screen. Let's go ahead and see how many wins we have on the season. Okay, we're actually 3-4 so far, so that's not bad, but definitely not great. Let's see how we're doing in the division. We are tied for 2nd place. Okay, not bad. Let's go ahead and jump into this game, and we will run one offensive drive and one defensive drive and see where that takes us after that. Alrighty, let's see how we can do against Bills Mafia. We're gonna start on offense.
Tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Stepping up. Right away, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And some room to work. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown.
Well, that did not go as expected whatsoever. Not good. Quarterbacks fumble so easy in this game. It's so frustrating. We're going to try that one more time just because that was bad. We're just not going to run it with quarterbacks. Quarterback runs are no longer a thing. That's just, we're not going to accept a fumble on the first play. That's not a fair assessment of this team.
Situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will.
All right, let's go ahead and just run this play action. Oh, he is so open. Davante Adams is such a beast.
Well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
All right, who am I going for? Davante Adams just stays open, so if he's going to remain open like that, we're just going to keep on passing it to him. There shouldn't be a single player that's not going to be open every time.
And again, it's Mahomes. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
There's McCaffrey with a nice solid 5.
And it'll be a second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tried threading that stupidly.
Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down.
All right, 3rd down, 3rd down.
Mahomes to throw once more.
And then George Kittle with a nice walk-in touchdown.
George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Okay, so offense, easy as pie. Defense is where we're going to struggle, though. It's going to be a struggle. Like, this defense is not going to have any speed whatsoever.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. It's Knox. These are his numbers from last week's contest.
All right.
5 catches.
We're going to play as A.J. Howard.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
All right, we're going to take that deep left area.
1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run here with Singletary. And he'll muscle his
This team has no awareness whatsoever.
right around 5. Now look, that wasn't a
The rusher could be in the 2nd level,
I think they were missing.
and the D-line still looking for it at the quarterback as if he still has the ball.
Feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted
This
it.
is sad.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield.
I am determined
7 yards there.
to get an interception.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
What will it take to get Josh Allen to throw a pick to the worst possible defense?
It's brought in complete. It's John Brown.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
To the 35. 15 yards that time. And a Buffalo first. Under a minute to go. Clock running in a back and forth first quarter of play. Allen now on 1st down. And he's good.
Oh, we got a sack.
They get to him back.
Let's go. Curtis Cawthron, let's go.
I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the pressure gets to
User sack with A.J. Howard, let's go.
Charles. A little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball.
Okay, so this defense is showing some spunk right now. For as bad as they are, they just showed some grit. They've got to get 22 yards now.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He hits Beasley right
I think we kept them out of field goal range.
Take it down at the 40.
We actually stopped them. Let's go. Worst defense.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route.
All right, we're going to go ahead and sim to the end of the game and see if we can take the lead and maintain it. And with overtime, we were able to take the W. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs and see how the team does for the rest of the season. Let's see if we can sneak our way into the playoffs. Okay, so as we can see, we managed to squeak our way barely into the playoffs. We had an 8-8 record. Let's go ahead and look at the playoff pictures. Buccaneers are the 1 seed, then the Rams, Washington football team, Bears, Saints, Vikings, and we got that last spot just barely squeaking in. And then on the other side, we have the Steelers at 1, then Titans, Patriots, Raiders, Browns, Ravens, and Chargers. Wow, so the Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. That's insanity. Okay, let's go ahead and sim to the next week. See if we can maybe squeak out a win here in the playoffs. Okay, so we were actually able to make it all the way to the NFC Championship, where we did end up losing by a field goal to the Bears. So, honestly, with just the #1 ranked offense and the worst defense, we were able to do a lot more than I expected us to be able to do. Let's go ahead and check the stats for the season. We had the second most offensive yards. And then we had the second worst defensive yards. So that's actually kind of surprising. All right. Brady only had 1 pass attempt the entire season. Mahomes had 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. That's kind of rough. Rushing, Christian McCaffrey had over almost 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Nick Chubb had 650 yards with 12 touchdowns. Receiving, we had DeAndre Hopkins with over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs with almost 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Kelsey with 5 touchdowns. Devontae Adams with 4 touchdowns. George Kittle with 6 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill only got 1 touchdown, which is actually kind of surprising. And then let's go ahead and check defense. Who led our team in tackles? McKeanton Dorleant with 77. That is bad. All right, who had the most tackles for loss? Okay, Alton Robinson wasn't even supposed to be a starter, so we'll go with Curtis Cawthorn with 6 tackles for loss. And then the best, we had 1 sack from Curtis Cawthorn. These other sacks don't really count because they were from players that weren't supposed to be starters. I don't know how they made it onto the field. And we only took the ball away a handful of times. But Tavisi Calhoun and Ezekiel Turner led our team with 2 interceptions apiece. So, overall, #1 offense was able to maintain their own against our worst defense. But I feel like the #1 defense with the worst offense could do a little bit better than that. But we will find that out next week. So, I'm going to hop on out of here, you guys. Until next week, I've been SiMbA. Hope you guys have a fantastic week and day. If you have any suggestions for a challenge or a video, comment them down below. Until next time, peace.